Hey Sagittarius, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and this is your solar return reading for 2019-2020. Solar return readings are not the same as the monthly readings. The solar returns are when the sun returns to the exact spot in the sky that it was when you were born. So whatever degree that is. Say you were born, I don't know, today is the 22nd, and of course the sun is at 0 degrees of Sagittarius. So what that means is, that was a lot, so I'm not going to use those. What that means is every year when the sun returns to 0 degrees of Sagittarius, that is when you are having your solar return. So what I thought we'd do was just pull a few cards to see who you are right now, to see what things you can expect to see leave out of your life for 2020 and what things you can expect to see coming in. So Sagittarius, this will be good. Whatever day your birthday is, this spread is good for that day because that's your solar return. And for those of you who may not be aware, your astrological birthday may not be the same every year. The astrological birthday, like I said, is the day that the sun returns to the exact degree that it was the day you were born. That doesn't always happen on the exact date that you were born. You may have been born on the 6th of December, but that doesn't mean that the sun is at the exact degree that it was the year that you were born. So I hope that makes sense. Let's get this where you can see it. So as I said before, if I do monthly readings, you'll get that reading too, but that's completely different from this reading. We are going to start first, Sagittarius, with seeing who you are this year. And I hope it's good stuff because we are depending on you. Sagittarius, you are the last hope that we have for 2019 of having any real fun, any optimism. Next it's Capricorn season and things get pretty serious, and we start to deal in January with eclipses, with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So you got a lot on your shoulders. We need you to get us through. So let's go ahead and get started. Sagittarius, this is going to be who you are right now, the energy that you embody. And this is going to take you all the way through from this solar return to 2020's solar return. So Sagittarius, okay. We have got the 10 of coins reversed. Not the greatest way to start, but it is what it is. This is a Mercury in Virgo card. So Sagittarius, what that says to me is that as far as your foundation, your home life, things like that, you might find that there's more going out than coming in. You may find that you're maybe not analyzing or not paying attention to the details, especially where your finances, resources, and even physical health is concerned. You might kind of stray away from that. For some of you Sagittarius that may be health buffs and may be really tight with money, oddly enough, you can see that change this year. Or it's a matter of you had a lot of money to expend, and in 2020, especially as we get to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, you might find that things change dramatically and that you don't have the expendable resource that you used to have. That's going to be the same for all of us. With your ruling planet Jupiter moving into Capricorn, where it's not very happy because Capricorn wants to restrict what Jupiter has to offer, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and Capricorn says no, we're not expanding anything. It's time to grow up, it's time to mature, it's time to get serious about what it is that you're putting out. So Sagittarius, you may not like this restriction. I don't think that any of us will, but this is who you are. It may even be a conscious decision to pull back on what it is that you're spending. I still think that there may be a problem with how you analyze things, but this could very well be a conscious decision to say, you know what? I'm gonna tighten up the purse straps this year. I'm not gonna be kicking it like I was in 2019. It's not time for that. It's time to stockpile. It's time to get serious about putting something away for a rainy day. So that could also be the case. So this is, like I said, this is the energy that you will embody for the remainder of 2019 and all of 2020 up into your next solar return. So on your birthday, Sagittarius, which is the solar return date, maybe it's a quiet night at home instead of the big time events that maybe you are used to having. Yeah, on a smaller scale, it could be something like that. All right, so now let's look at this row, which, Sag, is going to be the things that you will see leaving your life, leaving your space, leaving it in 2019. These are things that won't be with you anymore, that you won't have to deal with. And in some cases, depending on what it is, it might be something that you're sad to see go. So the first card is the Four of Swords. It's a Jupiter and Libra card. The Four of Swords talks about rest, reprieve, and meditation. This is something that you're going to see go away. There just might be lots to be done, lots to be responsible for, lots to think about. Any downtime that you had, it's not going to be as much as it was in 2019. This could disturb your peace. And I'm sorry to hear this, because I just said we're depending on you, Sagittarius. But you know what? Sag, with your attitude and your optimism, these are things that may not bother you as much as they would another sign. This is stuff that you could deal with and still see the cup as half full. So what I'm saying at this point is any rest or downtime that you may have been having up to this point, you may see a decline in that. The next card is the Three of Swords. This is interesting. This is Saturn in Libra. So we got Jupiter in Libra and Saturn in Libra. Now, that's interesting for a couple reasons. One, because Jupiter is also going to conjunct with Saturn and Pluto as we move through 2020. And I'm not exactly sure what date. So we got Jupiter and we got Saturn. And those are, as I said before, a couple of... or that's one of the conjunctions that we'll see coming up in 2020. So it's interesting that they're right here together. And in Libra, we're talking about more than likely these things will be happening in relationships, partnerships, your one-on-ones. This also talks about balance and diplomacy. Saturn in Libra. The Libra energy is trying to teach Father Time how to loosen up in relationships. That can be hard, but what I see doubly is heartbreak. I talked about rest and reprieve going away from you. What I'm getting, Sagittarius, is there might be some struggles, especially mentally, with what is going on in your relationship with another person. There might be something or somebody that comes into the picture, some situation that tries to divide you from the current person that you are with, the person that you care for. What I do see, like I said, is heartbreak and disappointment. And the reason I say I see it twice is because even though this is the Four of Swords and we talked about mental rest and things going away, as you can see, there are 3 swords here and there are 3 swords here. This is the Three of Swords twice. You know what? Back up. Let's reel it back in. I said that these are the things that are leaving your life. Woohoo. So this is good news. The rest, I had it all wrong. You will see rest coming. the rest that you didn't have, the unsettling feeling that you've been having in 2019, this is leaving your life. The heartbreak is leaving your life. Please forgive me. Let's get this shit right. The next thing that you'll see leaving your life is the hard work. It's the 10 of Wands. That means there's a lot on your shoulders. You're holding a lot. You're trying to hold everything together. And it is weighing you down. It's breaking you down. This is a Saturn and Sagittarius card. And again, Saturn is about this restriction. It's about following the rules. It's about conformity to a certain degree. It wants to control and make you mature. And these are the things that are leaving. This is what you're leaving behind. Yet still, we are dealing here with you being this embodiment of the 10 of coins energy. So we're going to see how this plays out here in the last row. But now that I've got it right, I'm glad to see that these things are going away, because this is nothing but stress and problems. So wherever you've been disappointed, wherever you've been heartbroken in your relationships, in your one-on-one partnerships, whether they be love relationships, whether they be relationships with somebody in your family, business partners, the hard work, the unable to rest, the disappointment, you may have even been separated from somebody in 2019, all of that goes away. So now let's see what is going to be coming into your life for the remainder of 2019 and on into 2020. The Two of Swords. We got a lot of swords on the table. So, and a lot of Libra shit. This is the third Libra card. This is Moon in Libra. A lot about balance. A lot about relationships. These one-on-one partnerships are very important to you. It looks like there is a decision that you're going to have to make. Because it is Libra energy and Libra wants to be fair and balanced, and the moon is there, I wonder if that is going to bring some sort of anxiety and another form of unsettling feelings, because you need to figure out what to do about a particular situation. All of this is gone, but somehow you are still caught between a rock and a hard place. You still don't know exactly what to do. You're trying to be fair about it. You're trying to find even ground. And this somehow affects you emotionally. The next card, oh my God, is the Nine of Swords. This is Mars and Gemini. This is stress, anxiety. Okay. Stress, anxiety. Okay, Sagittarius. I almost don't even want to put this up, because I'd be lying if I said this was any good. This is stress, anxiety, guilt, sleepless nights. And I'm going to assume that it has to do with some decisions that you've made. We got a lot of swords on the table, so it's almost as if we're going from bad to worse. But like I said in the beginning, that is pretty much the energy for all of us with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It's going to change things in ways that we don't like change. There's a lot riding on this card, because this is the last card and this is kind of an outcome card. Let's see what we have to say. Oh, all right. The outcome is the Palace of Coins. The palaces are unique to the Tarot of Dreams. It's funny, I can't remember who made this deck, and I used to say it all the time, and I can't think of his name for shit. But anyway, the palaces, like I said, are unique to, what is his name? Hold on a second. Okay. All right, I just needed to grab the box. It's Cereal Marchetti. All right. He may have, there may be another deck by him that has the Palace cards in it, but I know that the Palaces are at least unique to him and his works. Nobody else does these. So anyway, the Palaces talks about the places that we end up ultimately. And the coins, which is our resources, it's our money, it's our health. The Palace of Coins is really the place where you want to be. This means that financially, you got it all together. This is your safe space, your safe haven. This is where everything is. Your food, your clothing. This is where you can maintain good physical health, where you can interact in physical relationships. And it's all good. What it looks like, Sagittarius, is that there are definitely going to be some upheavals. And you've got some serious decisions to make about things that are going on in your life, especially when it comes down to your one-on-one relationships. And mentally, that's going to be frustrating. That's going to be upsetting. You're going to feel like things are not going exactly the way that you want them to go. The ultimate lesson is, as far as your physical resources, your tangible resources, the things that you can touch and taste and see, all of that's going to end up okay. But what about your peace of mind? I want to clarify why this. I want to clarify two cards right off the bat. And that is the Three of Swords. What is this that is leaving your life only to be replaced by the Nine of Swords, which in my opinion, well, I don't know that anyone is any more challenging than the other. Now understand that these are challenges. Okay, so we got that one that fell out. This is the Three of Staffs, which is the Three of Wands. And we'll get to that in a minute. Whatever decisions it is that you need to make within the next year, I say take some extra time. I know your aim is wide, but you may find yourself having to really reel it in order to make a decision that is not going to stress you to the core. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what is going out of your life? We got the Four Wands. This is wands are staffs. It's wands in the regular tarot, and this is all about energy. And this is interesting to me because this is the Four of Wands, the Four of Staffs, and this is the Three of Staffs. Four of Staffs is generally about celebrations, marriages, happy homes. Somehow this is going away from you. And now what's happening in the upcoming year is you are feeling a lot of stress and anxiety about where it is you want to go, whether or not you can actually expand. Sagittarius likes to move around and have experiences, and for whatever reason, your mental state is being attacked, and you're not going to be sure how you want to move forward, or even if you can move forward, because there are problems for whatever reason with your foundation. There's more going out than coming in. Somehow you manage to make it work, like I said, on this level. But the one thing, I don't see any water cards here, which talks about emotion and feelings. Somehow it's like all of the feelings tend to go away. And it's all about your mental capacity. There's not one freaking cup in this spread. But we got plenty of swords, and swords are known to be the ultimate weapon in tarot. So with swords being the ultimate weapon, people can really get hurt. Staffs, wands are also weapons. While you can stab somebody with the swords, you can bludgeon somebody to death with the wands. And I certainly don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just calling it the way I see it. Whoever watches this video, there's bound to be somebody that's going to be upset about it and, you know, say that I'm fear mongering. I'm not. It just is what it is. I can't lie about it. If physical resources and money is what's most important to you, then you win. If not, there's a lot of work still to be done, even if it's not energy work. Let's pull one more card and see what it is, what decision it is. We want to pull a card on the Two of Swords. So we got the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, all on the table. And that's interesting. Even though we've got these two going out and this one coming in, they're still consecutive in number. So what I see is an escalation of mental anguish somehow. And I kind of feel like it's like once you thought one thing was over. Okay. And, okay, we got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is what just popped out. And this is what you have to make a decision about. This is a Venus and Virgo card. This card talks about not resting on your laurels. Nine of Pentacles reversed can also talk about having money but not earning it, not getting it because you worked for it. This is like daddy's money. If you have it, and daddy's money is about to run out. So if that's the case with you, Sagittarius, you got some serious decisions to make on how to go forward, because daddy's money is running out. And it's going to cause you stress and strain. The other thing is, wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart, if you know how to look at your chart and you know what area of life or what house Sagittarius rules, then I would definitely look to that house to see where the bulk of this is going on. And also, you know, I'd look to whatever planets are making aspects to whatever planets you have in that house. This is a little further along astrologically, so if you are not into astrology, you may not know exactly what it is I mean, but you can always schedule a chart reading with me if you'd like to. I will say, Sag, you're not alone. The hard times as far as 2020 is concerned, is something we're going to go through as a collective. This is just your personal stuff. So I just want to mention the Nine of Pentacles reversed again. It's telling you, don't stop, don't rest, don't give up. It's not solid enough. Somehow there's some sort of discipline that might be lacking, and that's stuff that you need to work on. So I don't know if it's, looking at this card, I told you that the hard work and whatever it is that you needed to hold together was going away. I don't know if the fact that you stopped working hard is causing these problems, or if it's just simply that you can't do it anymore. This Ten of Wands going away, I'm not sure if that is just because you decide not to do it, or because you just don't have any choice. But these are the things that it's leading to. Again, oddly enough, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it's all good. Physically, tangibly, it's not going to be an easy ride to that place. And I don't know, Sag, it looks like you might be losing love for a particular situation because it's caused you too much anguish. I said that this is a Venus and Virgo card, so the decision that you might be making may have to do with somebody who has Venus and Virgo. Because this is a 2, and this is the moon, and this is Libra, this is definitely about a relationship that you might be in. And I think this ties into this. I think you're going to really question the solidity of that relationship. And you're going to find yourself disappointed about it. The funny thing about it is, obviously, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, but what I do see is a lot of problems, or at least for how you think about this thing. I don't think you're sure anymore. You're really stressed and anxious about whether or not you can go any further in this particular relationship. You've been weighed down by it. You felt burdened by it. You don't feel like you have anything left to give to it. And you are bugging about it. I get it. What I can say is, if this particular situation means anything to you, hold on. Hold on, because it's all going to turn out fine in that manner. Boy, but do you have to go through a lot for that to happen. That's the way that I see it, Sagittarius. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can do so by sending an email. It's linked in the description box. You can hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. That's also linked in the description box. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, even though it's not the greatest in the world, I hope you would like and or subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again later. Bye-bye.